of 5 Minute Fridays. I'm Ryan with CDH. All right, so you ever try to quantify stuff that is just very complex? So that's always a challenge for businesses. And it's also a challenge for life in general. So think about like parenting, for example. It's really hard to quantify how many times do you think I'm ever going to have to make extra runs to the school because my child forgot their lunchbox or their music instrument. That's hard to quantify, right? Unless you begin some kind of hard kind of metric or tracking. The cool thing is with Office 365, there's a great Power BI user adoption pack. It's very difficult to measure when you start rolling out these different features and understanding, hey, are people using them? Okay, are they using OneDrive? We did this great campaign. I would love to be able to quantify kind of the key results against an objective. Okay, and so I want to walk you through how do you guys use this Power BI user adoption pack. Okay, so it's super easy. Okay, in order to turn it on, you have to have one of these three major roles. You have to either be a global admin, an exchange admin, or a Skype admin. So you can see these 1, 2, or 3. Okay, and then in the admin center, you can go right to the reports and users. You'll see a little panel looks like this. You can click on Get Started. Okay, now in my tenant, I've already done this. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So here is the admin center. And if I go to reports, and then here is usage over on the side, I give that a click. And you're going to see some really cool kind of metrics. It tells me on a daily basis what different applications are being used. And it's going to show me at a high level, hey, some of the use of Exchange, OneDrive, Skype, SharePoint, Yammer, and vice versa. So this right here is the user adoption pack. You're like, well, these are awesome, but I want to drill in some more, all right? I want to know that, hey, to the nth degree, who are my key users, okay? Who are the key departments, and which ones are using and starting to gravitate toward these particular tools and workloads so that you can either retell that story, because that's, I always find that like, these are great tools, but until I see someone applying it to some business scenario, then I'm like, oh, that then gives me ideas about how I can apply it to my own business scenario. I think of it like we made this great playground for our kids, built it. You know, my wife's a carpenter. We kind of built this playground thing, and we spent like a whole summer building this awesome playground. And then after we released it to our kids, and after like 5 minutes, they're like, we're really bored. I don't know what to do with it. So it wasn't until I went out there and played with them and showed them how to play and different games they could play with it, then they got the idea. And sometimes we just need that. We need to be able to tell those anecdotal stories. And so without this, you're not going to know who to go contact. Who is using this? How do we know? Unless they start just waving their hands madly and says, oh, I'm so excited about Yammer. I want to tell you about it. Can you use me as a profile and share it with the whole organization? Probably not. If you got those people, pay them well and feed them with lots of donuts all the time. So that is the Power BI pack, all right? But what does it look like? So when you click on it, it looks like this, okay? And here is the product usage overview. And from here, you know, so if you look at the bottom, you have this, you can now drill into each one of these different workloads. So let's say, for example, we want to drill into Yammer usage, okay? So you can look at a particular application, and here I can see really nicely that there was we weren't using it, and then there was a spike, okay? And then it kind of leveled out. And you can probably guess what happened there. We released Yammer, went through some training initiatives, some user adoptions, and now we found some what I call normalcy of how we're going to use this on a regular basis. And you can see it's even trailed off a little bit here in the last month. So maybe it's kind of time to review and revisit, hey, are we using it the way we want? Are we getting the adoption? Are we making this thing happen the way we like it? So that's really cool. But then you guys can drill in even further. So let's go to, I'm going to scroll to the right some more. We have user adoption. Let's see here. User activity. So here it's going to tell me by department. Okay, the larger the square, the more that particular group is going to be using Yammer. Okay, so we can see that asset management, construction, all pretty balanced there. Okay, and if I look down below, this is going to show me what users, and I can sort them, which users are going to be using it the most. So now I can answer those couple of key questions. What tools are being used? What groups are using those tools? and who is using them the most? Those three questions become pretty core in defining, hey, what is the success criteria? So now you can engage those folks, get their stories, and then retell them. And that's really what the core of marketing and even user adoption is all about, is your ability to tell the story and how that applies to business value and driving the goals of the business. So here you guys have it. This is our user adoption pack. This can be turned on. It's automatically part of your tenant. And I encourage you guys to turn it on, use it, and start really gaining that insight so you can find out what your user stories are, and or find out, hey, we haven't rolled this out well, and now you can create a baseline to start moving forward. So with that, folks, I'm Ryan with another 5-Minute Friday here from CDH. If you have questions or would like to contact me, here's my contact information. You can follow me on Twitter at RyanCharnock9. You can email me directly at ryanc@cdh. Okay, and also you can follow our organization here at CDH Tweets Tech. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.